What? Okay. So this is a review of UFC Freedom 250, Topuria versus Gaethje, and uh, Gaethje won. He beat Ilya Topuria very dominantly, in fact. And I really don't know how I'm gonna review this because I am still shocked by the fact that this is even happening, that this is real, that Topuria, who has been widely considered as possibly the greatest of all time in our current time, um, he lost to Justin Gaethje, who's had like two other title shots, and he lost, and but now he's a champion, and he beat Ilya Topuria. I don't know where to start. I don't and honestly I don't know if I'm gonna like review this properly because uh, what? Dude, I'm honestly at a loss for words. I can't properly process what just happened. Even it's the next day and I still can't do it. I don't know what to say. Oh, okay. Before I even no, I'm gonna start, but I'm gonna start from like the top and then to the bottom. Usually it's the other way around, but I'm doing this like I'm reviewing the main event now because it's just so it's unbelievable. Oh, okay. First off, let me just say this. Despite the fact that I've criticized this card, despite the fact that I've criticized how the UFC has done with what the UFC did with the matchmaking, um, how much I thought that they could have picked better fighters, uh, on the card against other fighters that I, and I, dude, seriously, I'm being genuinely honest with you here. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to say right now. So, but even though I criticize this card, it was a really good card. And honestly, this probably is one of the best cards that we've had in I don't know when was the last time I don't if I remember correctly, I think I said UFC 300 was one of the best cards ever. I could be wrong, but this is up there with that. Honestly, this was a really freaking good card. And this card literally had 100% finish rating. That is mind blowing. Like it was just knockout after knockout after knockout. And dude, I just what just happened? Okay, all right, look, all right. Let me just go. Let me just get straight to it. So, Ilya Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. I'm gonna try my best to break down this without getting a brain fart, even though it's gonna be pretty hard. So Ilya Topuria, you know, Justin Gaethje in the first round. Gaethje, he went there with he was patient in the beginning. He was actually landing more shots than Topuria. Um, but you would assume that Topuria was just waiting for the right moment to land that one power punch to knock him out. But Gaethje was finding his rhythm early. He was landing shots, and even though it looked like Topuria was getting pieced up, it didn't occur to me that he was gonna lose. And if you were saying that in the beginning, when in the first round, then you're probably lying because you probably didn't think he was gonna lose just from the first round. But then the second round came in and Topuria was picking it up, and Topuria eventually got Gaethje on the ground. And honestly, this was a good change of pace because Topuria clearly won the second round, and he threatened Gaethje a lot of times on the ground, and Gaethje seemed like he didn't really have much on him on the ground. But Topuria won that round, and then from the third round to the fourth, everything changed. Like as the rounds went on, like as the third round went on, you were like, okay, like something's something's off here. Like, why is Gaethje beating up Topuria? So, um, and dude, from the third to the fourth, it was just Gaethje beating the brakes off of Topuria, and t- bro, if you saw the aftermath images of Topuria after the fight finished, dude, he he for sure broke a lot of things on Topuria's face, and I don't know why. Like the fact that this is happening, I can't comprehend this. I never, and honestly, I'm glad I don't bet because if I did, holy shoot, I would be broke. So again, the Taporia, dude, like I don't know what it was with him in this round, or in this fight, because I feel like Taporia, and I really don't want to say this. I think, but honestly, I think this is what it was. I really do think Taporia underestimated Gagey. I really do think he did. In the beginning of the first round, like he just went straight into Gagey. Like he was just, standing in front of him, trading blows with him. And here's the thing, that's something that Oliveira did against Taporia and he got knocked out. So you would think that, Taporia, having the confidence that he did, he would just, you know, be in front of Gagey and completely, knock the brakes off him. But no, that's not what happened. And either, I don't know what it was. And here's the thing. Like I said, in the first round, it didn't seem apparent that Taporia was going to lose. I mean, if you remember the Holloway fight, Holloway was actually beating Taporia pretty convincingly in the early rounds. And of course, as the rounds went on, Taporia obviously beat the brakes off of Holloway, and his power was the equalizer. Like obviously, Holloway's one of his most useful weapons is his chin, but of course with Taporia, you just can't like do that with him because he is one of those people where if you do stand in the pocket with him, he's gonna make you pay for it. And here it was Ilya that went towards Gagey, and Gagey, I guess, like I don't know what the hell is even going on, but I'm trying my best to break down what's going on. But the best thing I could say is that Taporia underestimated Gagey. I mean, after you beat Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Charles Oliveira, you knock them out back to back. Your confidence is through the roof. Like that is an insane resume to have. Like beating three former champs, or well, one of them was a champ now, the other is a BMF. But you get what I mean. Like you have every right to be confident, honestly. And honestly, dude, with Gaethje, like let's be for real here. With Gaethje, it's like he's fought for the title twice before and he lost pretty convincingly. And Gaethje's one of those fighters is just like he's like a Dustin Poirier, like he's a good fighter, but he's not the greatest, And it hurts for me to say that because I love Dustin Poirier. He's one of my favorite fighters, but that was kind of like how people saw Gaethje, and that's probably how Topuria saw Gaethje. And I think that he underestimated him. That was his biggest downfall. Because of course you've seen the promos, you saw him with the white rose and that promotion leading up to the fight. You saw him putting in his Instagram bio 18-0. Obviously that didn't happen, and he was out partying, already celebrating his victory as if he already won. And he got a tattoo, naming his victims, the people that he knocked out. One of them was Gaethje. His name was crossed out. Like, bro, his confidence, like, no, he was arrogant. That's what it was. He was arrogant. That's what happened. And the stuff we said about Topuria in the past, leading up to Volkanovski and Holloway and even Oliveira, we were like, okay, like this dude, like we know, like we get that he's beating dudes, he's knocking them out, but like he's got to chill out with all that because with him being confident, you're saying he's already the champ and making documentaries before he's even the champ and blah blah blah, right? That we've been saying about that about Taporia for a while, but now it actually happened. To his arrogance completely beat him. He had no respect for Justin Gaethje. He thought he was gonna take care of Gaethje like he did with his three previous uh, victims, you know, and he paid the price for it. Like he really didn't respect Justin Gaethje's striking because yeah, Justin Gaethje had power, but it's not like he was trying to knock him out. I mean, the Justin Gaethje effect is real. Like he will put a beating on you and he will break you. He will remove that courage. He will remove that heart of a fighter out of you. Okay? He's going to make you hate fighting him. Like that's what happened. Topuria just I mean as we saw like the doctor's stoppage like bro, I was going to be so freaking frustrated if they stopped the fight, before the beginning of the 4th round. Thankfully they didn't. But after the 4th round, it was very clear. Like with Topuria, with his head down, he was from the looks of it, he was saying that he can't continue, and his coaches stopped. And his brother was saying like, no, let's finish this. It's like, dude, that's not what you want to hear from a guy who knocked out 3 champs back to back. That's not what you want to hear from as a coach. You don't want to hear that. You have every reason to stop the fight. And honestly, good on the coach. He made the right decision. Topuria was broken. He was broken. He didn't have the spirit. He didn't have the heart. He didn't have the he couldn't continue, dude. He was broken. That's literally what happened. And I really do think it was because Topuria just didn't respect Justin Gaethje. He thought he was going to run through him like his other 3 opponents, like I mentioned. But that's not what happened. And maybe Topuria thought, he's got some shots here on me, but the time will come. It'll come. That shot when I land on him, it's gonna be game over. Well, the shot never came, and Justin Gaethje kept pressuring the hell out of Topuria. Topuria was mostly landing body shots, which, it did seem like it was working for a little bit, but Gaethje's shots to the head. I mean, look at the strikes. Look, his strikes to the head. Like, look at the shots to the body compared to the shots to the head from both men. Topuria landed more shots to the body, but bro, Gaethje's cardio was just on another level tonight. And I mean, look, and the headshots that Gaethje landed on Topuria. I mean, look at that, dude. If you saw his face, you know what I'm talking about. Like he smashed his face in, bro. And if I'm not mistaken, he had a broken orbital bone. I feel like he broke a lot of stuff on Topuria's face, but my gosh, man, this was such an upset. Never in a million years did I ever think that I would ever see Justin Gaethje not just hold the belt, but completely discombobulate Ilia Topuria. That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. I can't believe I'm even talking about this. Honestly, it feels like I'm in a dream right now. Honestly, dude, I can't believe this is even happening. But I don't. Again, you would think that after everything that Topuria has shown us, that he would have he had it in the bag. But Justin Gaethje, what Justin Gaethje did to Ilia Topuria is what Ilia Topuria did to Josh Emmett. That's exactly what happened. But I feel like this was way worse. No, it is way worse because it's Ilia Topuria. You would never assume he would get beat like that, especially by, I'm saying this about Justin Gaethje, but honestly, dude, we gotta put respect on Justin Gaethje's name, man. It sounds unbelievable, but we have to give him his props. We have to give him his flowers. Justin Gaethje, from the looks of it, he looked like the best lightweight in the whole world. After that, it really looked like it, and it just makes you question you know, did Ilya Taporia really, really underestimate Justin Gaethje? Maybe some people are gonna say, oh, like, maybe the whole divorce situation made this really bad. It's like, bro, look, I don't care about that crap with Ilya. I don't care about that. I know Miami girls like no, like don't even give her attention. But has I don't think it had anything to do with this. I really do think that with everything that Taporia has accomplished, I think he just had way too much pride in him, and that was his downfall. He thought he was on top of the world to the point where like he could be anybody. But Justin Gaethje showed that you can't do that with me. And from dude, I don't I can't believe this. I just can't. I can't properly like put into words like what I saw. But hey, Justin Gaethje, he's the lightweight champ. He's the lightweight champ. And again, I you gotta give him credit. Like you could tell, like bro, Trevor Whitman. Like I'm sure, like I'm not. A lot of people have been saying this, but as especially after this, Trevor Whitman, one of the best coaches in MMA right now. You know the things he did with Usman and now with Gaethje. Like remember, Gaethje when he first came into UFC, he was a barn burner. All right, like it was chaos after chaos after chaos, and after like a couple of losses that Gaethje took, you know, especially after I think it was I think it was the Max Holloway fight. I really do think, or was it? No, I think it was the Habib fight. No, the Oliveira fight. I probably. I really do think that he really changed his like Trevor Whitman completely changed this guy's like his demeanor, everything. Because Gaethje was all about swinging until he got the shot in. I mean, if you saw his fight with James Vick and Essen Barboza and Eddie Alvarez and Michael Johnson, his very first fight, it really was like he was called the Homer Simpson of MMA for a reason. And Trevor Whitman just like wow. Like and Ilya Taporia was talking like smack about him, criticizing Gaethje and how and his coach and whatnot. But bro, nah, man, Trevor Whitman, I wow, he really made a smashing machine into a I don't even know what to call him now. But do you see what I mean? Like Justin Gaethje, like he's a completely different fighter. Like you would never assume like with the way Gaethje performed and the odds that literally the odds were stacked against him. This is one of the biggest upsets in the UFC and possibly the biggest in MMA ever. Ever. And I haven't seen an upset this shocking since Marab versus Yan, and that was not too long ago. Like that was literally like last year in December. This completely trumps that. This is the biggest upset ever, and you gotta Gaethje deserves it. Honestly, I you know what? You know what? I said enough. Gaethje, congrats. Taporia, honestly, I'm a little sad, honestly, because there's pictures of him hugging his brother and him crying in the ambulance. I feel bad for him, but like I dude, he really needs to take time off. He really needs to take time off because that was damaging. That was really bad. And but I think he'll come back, and honestly, I think he'll be more dangerous. But gosh, man, everyone was saying, "Oh, post divorce, Taporia is gonna completely destroy Gaethje," and it's like, bro, I've seen so many edits. Man, dude, this really didn't age well at all. And the fact, oh my gosh, dude, and Taporia leading up to this, my gosh, he was so freaking cocky. Like it is insane. it's embarrassing. But honestly, like I don't think this like this honestly Tapori needs time off. He really does. Like maybe take a whole year off. I don't know. I don't know. But I I actually I'll admit I kind of like Taporia. You know, even when he was being cocky and all that. Like the fact that he was like saying these things and he was completely doing what he said what he was going to do. He had that McGregor effect, and you know, obviously he's not McGregor, but you get what I mean. It was that same energy. But yeah, man. I hope he bounces back from this. I know he will. He's a very disciplined guy. He just can't underestimate his opponents, bro. He just can't. It's just he just can't. Okay, so moving on. This hurts. This one really hurt. I mean Pereira gone. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I kind of saw this coming because I had a feeling that heavyweight Pereira was not gonna be that um effective after moving up to because obviously this was his first time moving up to heavyweight, so we really didn't have any idea how Pereira was gonna gonna deal with the weight change. Um, he looked okay for the most part. I mean, he fought the same way that he did, when he fought in light heavyweight, but Gon was just faster. He was faster. And actually, let me just say this right now. Cyril Gon. I can't freaking stand this guy. I can't stand him, bro. When he literally back of the head shots like galore. Like how, oh my gosh, I can't stand this guy. Bro, like he's literally fouled every single fighter he's fought inside the cage. Back of the head shots, groin shots, like eye pokes, like I hate the fact this is happening, dude. But okay, look. Yes, Cyril Gons is a serial cheater, okay? But he was faster than Pereira. I'll admit it. It really was obvious to me. Like with the way Pereira was moving. Again, it wasn't the fact that he wasn't, like looking like Pereira because he was fighting like Pereira. But it was like you could tell the speed was different, And I really do. I don't think Pereira was just ready for that. I really don't think so. And yes, this is heavyweight, but Cyril Gane's one of the most athletic people in that division, if not the most. Oh my gosh, man. Dude, I can't look, even though Pereira clearly lost in terms of like stylistically, I'm not gonna let go of the fact that Gane cheated. I'm back at the headshots, like 10 of them. And what is up with these refs like not taking this seriously? What's up with Dana like not taking it seriously? Like, bro, no replays, no point taken away, none of that. They didn't stop the fight to address the headshots, like none of that. God keeps getting away with it. Bro, oh my gosh, dude. And the thing is, man, we're probably gonna see Gane versus Aspinall again if Aspinall even considers coming back. But dude, I can't stand Cyril Gane, man. How on earth did this dude beat Alexander Volkov, bro? Honestly, after Volkov's last win, like I really do hope that if Gane beats Aspinall, which he probably will, honestly. Um, but or whoever the winner of that fight is, if it's Gane, I really want Volkov to beat this dude's ass, bro. I can't. I'm trying not to get mad. I can't stand this guy. Okay, I really, really can't. Okay, so or my Orthodox brother, please, like respectfully, like please put this man out cold. Okay, but in all seriousness, I can't. Alex Pereira, gosh, man. Like again, I had that feeling that the weight class was gonna be like it wasn't gonna be the same. It was not gonna be the same, and I kind of called it, honestly. Like I knew Pereira's like that. My doubts of him moving the same way as he did in in light heavyweight, like it wasn't gonna be there, and I knew it. I knew it, and honestly, it kind of looked like his power wasn't there either. I don't know if like maybe the weight slowed him down. Like I don't know, man. Like I mean, I really do think that Pereira's like I don't think heavyweight's right for him. Um, wow, man, that was really hard to watch. And oh man, when he dropped Pereira and Pereira got back up, I was so freaking like I was begging. I was begging for a miracle to happen, but that miracle never came because the MMA is not a merciful sport, and Pereira got his ass knocked out by Cyril Gahn, the serial cheater. So I oh gosh, I mean it's an interim belt, so like it's not like it's the legit belt. And bro, why does Cyril Gahn have two belts? Like bro, how are you proud of being an interim champ? Like honestly, like come on. Like why do people do that? Okay, whatever. Uh, okay. I'm gonna move on. I'm just gonna rapid fire this because these two were this one specifically, but these two were the ones I were mainly focused about. Okay, so Sean O'Malley, Eamon Sahabi. I mean O'Malley won. I was kind of I wasn't too surprised about that. You know, O'Malley, being O'Malley, he found his shots. He was patient when he found that right shot. Eamon went down and walk off KO. I thought the stoppage was a little premature, but it really did look like Eamon Zahabi was just once he was down, he was just like down. So, congrats on Sean. I mean, we already knew that. Hoke versus Lewis. Again, shots. I was kind of like, okay, I wasn't that surprised that he won. Hoke won. But Lewis, like apparently, Derek Lewis broke the record for having the most like KO losses in the UFC. So not only does he have the most KO wins, he also has the most KO losses. So honestly, dude, I think he should just hang it up because like, what's the point anymore? What's even the point? Josh Hoke, he did what he did. He wrestled him in the beginning. Probably tired Derek Lewis out, made him work, and in the second round it paid off because he finished him. And then of course he had the post fight interview, and Josh Hoke being Josh Hoke, he said all this stuff. Michelle Obama, blah blah blah. Congrats. I'm excited to see what happens from here on out. Marisa Rufy, Michael Chandler. Okay, I've said this before. So I'm gonna say it again. Rufy versus Chandler was not going to be a competitive fight. Like with the way Chandler has been losing lately, like there was just no reason for him to fight Rufy. I mean, it was entertaining, but it didn't last that long. I mean, Michael Chandler he just didn't have anything for Rufy. Like Michael Chandler, dude, bro wasted like 2 years of his UFC career just to wait for a Conor McGregor fight that never came, and then he fought the Brazilian Walmart version of him and got slept. Like, dude, just like, bro, he wasted his whole freaking career for what? And for what? Sorry. I'm all over the place. Like I said, Chandler, bro, like just at this point, man, like. Like this is you kind of like this is what you get for like waiting for 2 years for a McGregor fight that was never gonna come, being inactive and just paying attention to this one dude, and like that's on your mind, and now you're getting finished left and right, and yeah, dude, it's not looking good for Chandler, bro. It's not looking good. I think he needs to call it hang it up. Rufy would like finish him in such a stylistic way. But yeah, congrats to Rufy. Bo Nickel, okay, let's be for real here. We already knew that Bo Nickel was gonna win again. of course, I don't know why on earth. Yeah, well, actually, no. I said before that you had to expect him being on the White House card because he is a Trumpy. He's a Trumpster, but I mean, come on, Kyle Dawkins, like, dude, come on. We already knew this was gonna happen. Of course, he had that. He took him down the first round. Pretty boring. I won't be straight with you. I completely tuned out because I knew what was. I knew the most of the fight was gonna be on the ground in the at least in the first round. Second round, he knocked him out. And yeah, congrats to Bo Nickel, I guess. Would have been better if he fought, a more competitive guy, but whatever. Uh, Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. It looked like that Steve Garcia was piecing up Diego Lopez, but of course, Diego Lopez being Diego Lopez, in the second round, he found his shots and completely brutally knocked Steve Garcia's ass out. Bro, that was so brutal. I mean, Diego Lopez, what can I say? Okay. Congrats to him. I really don't know what else to say. I would make a. I would say that you know, I would predict who should fight who next. Um, again, I don't know. Diego Lopez. I've said this before in my criticism of the UFC Freedom 250 card like a while back. Diego Lopez should have fought Yair Rodriguez, not Steve Garcia, because it would have been a more competitive fight. And there's beef. Well, Diego Lopez won this fight, and UFC Noche is gonna be is like he has it like he didn't really I mean he took damage, but it really wasn't that much. So get Diego Lopez against Yair Rodriguez, please, please, please. We've been asking you for this fight for a while. I want to see Diego Lopez beat the freaking brakes off Yair Rodriguez, bro. Please, please. I want to see him get his ass kicked. Respectfully. Okay, so Diego Lopez, Yair Rodriguez. That's the fight to make. Bo Nickel, as I don't really know, to be honest. Middleweight. Who can you fight at middleweight? I don't know. Gregory Rodriguez. I don't know. I don't really care about Bo Nickel because the freaking UFC pushes him for like no reason. All right, Rufy. Honestly, dude. I think Rufy should probably fight. I don't really know because. I don't know. I guess the winner of Benoit versus Pimblick, because I know those two are gonna fight. Like we know for a fact that that fight's gonna be something. Wait, are they even fighting? I think they are. Yeah, yeah, they are. So I think he should fight the. No, actually, I think he should fight the loser of that fight. Because obviously the winner of that fight is probably gonna get a title shot. So I think he should fight the loser of that fight. Josh Hokett. I don't know, man. Who can you fight at heavyweight? Bro, heavyweight just freaking like what? Bro, heavyweight just sucks ass, dude. I'm gonna be for real. I don't know who to put Josh against. Bro, dude, this is how lame heavyweight is because I can't even think of a single fighter that could actually be entertaining. For Josh Hokett to be put against. I don't know. Obviously he beat Blades. I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest with you. Just put him up against any fat ass dude at heavyweight. Honestly, at this point, because I don't know. O'Malley. I said this before. Instead of having Sean O'Malley fight Zahabi, they should have put. They should have made it a 3 title fight card and put Piotr Jan versus Sean O'Malley. It doesn't make sense because O'Malley doesn't really deserve the shot. But bro, like you would have had 3 title fights, and the first fight against Piotr Jan was a banger. Like you could have had like this could have been a striking like a striking masterpiece. Or and this is another one I said that should have happened. You put Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen. I think Sean O'Malley obviously he won. He beats Sahabi. Either because I think he's gonna wait for Jan to fight Marab, and I'll fight the winner of that fight. But I either he waits for a title shot or just do Corey versus Sean, bro. Like please, like we this is a fight we've been waiting for. Like come on, man. Like make sure like use these guys when they're still here. Like come on. So yeah, Sean should fight either those two. Um, man, this sucks to see. Pereira. I think he should go back to light heavyweight. I don't think heavyweight's right for him. You know, he tried, but it failed. And I don't know, dude. I guess I guess he could fight for the light heavyweight belt again. I don't know. I don't know if Pereira is gonna like do that. Maybe he wants to get another crack at heavyweight. I hope he doesn't, because it really didn't look like he fought the same way as he did light heavyweight. But I don't know. We'll see. But I think he should move back down to light heavyweight. Cyril Gahn. Cyril Gahn is probably gonna fight Tom Aspinall again. If Tom Aspinall is even like completely ready to fight, okay. And bro, if Tom Aspinall, because I heard that Eddie Hearn's is threatening the to have Aspinall released. If that happens, then just have the Gahn Volkov rematch. Like please, please. I actually do want Volkov to be a champ. You know what? I'm writing Alexander Volkov. If they ever fight again, I'm picking Volkov, bro. I can't stand Cyril Gahn, bro. He's like the bro, I freaking can't stand this dude. Like acting like he's a freaking big deal when he's really not. Calling for title shots when he doesn't deserve it. But freaking eye pokes, groin shots, freaking back of the head shots. Like, come on, man. All right. I'm gonna keep moving. All right, Taporia. I think he needs time off. He really does. He really does. I don't want to say who should fight next unless he actually gets that time off, which he really does. He really needs it, dude, and he needs to recuperate completely after that. Justin Gaethje. Honestly, dude, if Justin Gaethje were to retire, I wouldn't be mad because you literally beat the most like the fighter who is widely considered as the best fighter in the world right now. If he retired at that moment, and mind you, he's fought for the title before and lost twice, and now he's actually the champ. And he literally beat the Ilia Topuria. That's like if that it would be equivalent if Charles Oliveira beat Habib, or Dustin Poirier beat Habib, or Tony Ferguson beat Habib. Obviously, that never happened, but that's how serious this is. This is a huge deal. So if Justin Gaethje just retires after that, like, bro, he's gonna be remembered like for a long ass time. I mean, beating Ilia Topuria, previously undefeated, knocked out 3 former champs back to back. That is a huge statement right there. To just beat him, get the belt, and retire. Dude, that's huge. But if he does stay, just give Armin the shot. Just give him the shot at this point. Bro, like, come on. Like, I'm sick of this dude. Not Well, I don't think it's his fault. I think it's the UFC, but the UFC just needs to get their act together and just realize that, bro. Like, what are we gonna do with Armin, bro? Are we just gonna like keep punishing him and let him do his antics outside the UFC and not have him fight? Like, come on, man. Like, just give Armin the shot at this point. Yeah, that's who I think these guys should fight next. If I were to rate this card, I would give it, like I said, even though I criticized the hell out of this card for it not being like stacked in terms of like top names fighting other top names or fighters that we want to see them fight. It was a really, really, really good card. I'm not even gonna lie to you, and I'm probably gonna give it a probably by just by the amount of finishes and the fact that the main event was one of the most shocking upsets of all time. I'm gonna have to give it a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna have to. Honestly, this completely blew my expectations out the water. Honestly. And like I said, I didn't feel this way like the last time I felt this way was UFC 300. It blew me out the water, and this did the same thing for me. So, yeah, 9 out of 10 for sure. One of the one of the, if not the best cards of probably the whole year, and maybe of all time. Honestly, a once in a lifetime experience. That's crazy. Um, but yeah, dude. Wow.